Welcome to our podcast. We don't usually celebrate our mistakes. We hide them, delete them, pretend they never happened. Like that one message we unsent, or that one decision we swear wasn't really us. But what if the fastest way to become good at everything is to start collecting every single mistake we make, on purpose, not in our head, not in vague memory, in a notebook, a slightly uncomfortable one, a notebook that might quietly change our entire life? What if the difference between people who improve fast and people who stay stuck is not talent, not discipline, not even motivation, but whether we are brave enough to write down where we messed up? We call it something simple: the Good at Everything Notebook. And no, it doesn't mean we suddenly become perfect at everything. It means we finally stop being bad at the same things, over and over again. At first, the notebook feels harmless, almost cute. We open a blank page and write something like, "Spoke too fast during a presentation. Forgot vocabulary I already learned. Procrastinated for 3 hours, again." It looks small, almost innocent, but the moment we write it down, we can't lie to ourselves anymore. Because our brain is very good at editing reality. Ink doesn't negotiate. Ink says, "This happened. And it happened because of you." And weirdly, that's where things start getting better. Because once a mistake is written, it becomes visible. And once it's visible, it becomes solvable. Now here's where most people go wrong. They think improvement comes from doing more. More practice, more effort, more time. But what if improvement actually comes from doing less of what doesn't work? If we keep repeating the same mistakes, then working harder just means we are getting better at being wrong. That's a terrifying thought, but also a very useful one. Because the notebook flips the game. Instead of chasing success, we start eliminating failure. Line by line, mistake by mistake. We write, "Didn't review after studying." Next day we try again. If we fix it, we cross it out, not gently. We scratch it out like we mean it. It's proof that we are not the same person who made that mistake. And over time, the notebook becomes addictive. Not because we love being wrong, but because we love crossing things out. We start looking for mistakes like a detective. Oh, we hesitated too much while speaking. Write it down. We got distracted by our phone again? Write it down. We avoided something uncomfortable? Oh, definitely write that down. Suddenly, mistakes are no longer embarrassing. They are useful. They are raw material. They are clues. And this is where something interesting happens. We stop fearing mistakes and start hunting them. Because every mistake we catch early is one we don't repeat later. And every mistake we don't repeat is silent progress. No one claps for it. No one notices, but it stacks. Quietly, relentlessly. Until one day people look at us and say, "Wow, you're good at this." And we smile, because we know the truth. We're not naturally good. We just stopped making the same stupid mistakes. This method sounds simple. Too simple. Almost suspiciously simple. And that's exactly why most people won't do it. Because writing down mistakes feels uncomfortable. It's easier to scroll, easier to distract ourselves, easier to say, "We'll do better next time." But next time without awareness is just last time in disguise. The notebook forces us to face patterns, and patterns are dangerous because once we see them, we can't unsee them. We start noticing things, and that's when it hits us. We don't have a motivation problem. We have a pattern problem. And patterns don't break with motivation. They break with awareness and repetition. That's exactly what the notebook gives us. Pages that used to be full now have fewer entries. We stare at a blank space and think, wait, did we actually improve? Yes, but not in a dramatic movie-like way. In a quiet, almost invisible way. It's subtle, but it's real. And the best part? We don't need to rely on motivation anymore, because we have something better. A system to mirror, a record of who we were, and who we refuse to stay as. And maybe the most powerful part of all this is not the notebook itself. It's the identity it creates. We stop seeing ourselves as someone who fails. We start seeing ourselves as someone who fixes things. That's a completely different story. And stories matter, because we act based on the story we believe about ourselves. If the story is, "We're not good at this," we hesitate. But if the story becomes, "We notice mistakes and eliminate them," then suddenly nothing feels impossible anymore. Not because it's easy, but because it's manageable. One mistake at a time, one line at a time, one crossed out sentence at a time.